wanted you to know that I'm back in college.
Good for you.
And I'm very active in student affairs.
I can see.
Back home is where my love get best for tender love and care. You can't get anywhere. I say bless my happy home.
It was really the first time that Mama spoke out, I believe, and it unleashed a monster, God knows, but...
The eyes that shine in front of the TV screens are often dimmed with tears or heartbreak when off stage. The heart that laughed out in sitcoms and comedy shows cried out loud when it remembered its past heart-wrenching regrets. In today's video, we will witness the trembling voice of 75-year-old Vicki Lawrence, who finally confessed her deepest regret after decades. But before spilling the tea, you need to know that Vicki Lawrence, an outstanding star and actress born in the entertainment industry, captured the hearts of millions.
And of course, he comes out, and who's the first one that falls apart? She's like got tears coming down her face, and she's she's looking at me going, "Go ahead, Mama."
However, many times, her skill was knowingly manipulated, which left a spot on her heart. Fast forward to her journey towards fame, which began when she was discovered by the legendary Carol Burnett at the mere age of 18. Nevertheless, behind the spotlight, a story of tears and laughter took place. Her remarkable role as Thelma Harper, or Mama, on Mama's Family, made her popular among her audiences. But the audience still wonders why she gave up on the show that made her a household name. Moreover, what regret made her so gloomy that she felt she had to share it with the public when she was 75? Let's find out the truth, a story of sorrow and regret. You would agree if I say that the limelight shines bright, but the pressure to perform can overpower the newcomers. Vicki Lawrence revealed her painful truth, which was more like regret, in an interview with Emmy TV legends.
What, are you talking about the famous blooper?
Yes, I think so.
Which has had a life of its own, the famous. It was Dick Clark's favorite blooper for years and years and years, and I have...
Her voice shivered with a haunting sadness when asked how she handled mistakes or bloopers on set. She confessed by saying that she was terrified of losing control and didn't even have the nerve to laugh or expose her true feelings, as she feared that she would be replaced if anyone found it disrespectful. The weight of her words hung in the air as heartbreaking proof of the suffocating pressure on young actors, which led them to step out of their comfort zone and verify their abilities. She felt imprisoned, unable to enjoy the moments, constantly walking on eggshells to dodge blunders. The pleasure of acting was lost somewhere amidst the fear of failure and backlash. Her interview echoed through the TV screens as an emotional reminder of the harsh realities of the entertainment industry, where newcomers often had to forcefully reject the freedom to breathe, to make mistakes, and to truly live. The curtains closed on her confession, but the impact hung on as a regretful whisper of the human cost of fame. It seemed that she had just spat out all the regrets she had been carrying in her heart till now. She regretted not enjoying every moment of her early acting career and putting unwanted tension on her shoulders. The infamous blooper with Tim Conway on Mama's Family still scared her.
He's the makeup man on the show. I said, damn it, how does Tim get away with this stuff? And Al looked at me and he said, get him. So I don't know, I don't know if it's...
Being an endless reminder of her helplessness that rang daily above her head. Instead of stealing the spotlight through her acting, she felt humiliated as the mistake stole the whole show, casting a shadow over her achievements. Clark Dick's relentless mocking of replaying the blooper repeatedly made her feel like a fool, or, even worse, a punchline to a joke she never found funny. The irony was cruel as she went on to ask his kids to start a college fund as the number of times it had been aired.
I've said to the kids, you guys, I should have started the college fund with the money from that blooper because he just plays it over and he played it over and over and over for years.
Vicki's voice cracked as she publicized the devastating effect of being forced to laugh at her own mistake while she had to hide the chaos within. She needed to maintain the balance, but the pressure was overpowering. During that moment, she felt like a monster was set free within her, tempting her to snap back at Clark, to release the repressed frustration and anger. Though she didn't want it to feel bashed, but the regret lingered as constant token of the instability of her self-worth. Besides, she also shared the night just before the live recording of the elephant story.
I assume that somewhere in your life you saw a silly elephant, but what the hell makes you think that I have?
The director, Dave Powers, shamelessly thumped on her door with only one silly yet upsetting note, stating that the story that day would be different.
He knocked on my door. He said, I have only one note. The elephant story will be different, and good luck.
He felt she would digest the thing, so he left with a goodbye. But Vicki was just awe-stricken and devastated. Her husband, Al, the show's makeup artist, looked at her and said, "Get him."
And now by now I am married to Al. He's the makeup man on the show. I said, damn it, how does Tim get away with this stuff? And Al looked at me and he said, get him.
In a tone confirming whether she understood what he said or not. At that time, she didn't realize that everything was about to loosen. During the dress rehearsal, Carol took the members aside and almost begged them to stay in character and keep the fourth wall together. Well, how bluntly was she expecting everything to be on point after exploding that bomb on their heads? Disgusting! Carol cared so deeply about those characters and wanted the crew members to respect them, too. The only thing she didn't even like to think about was the hard-working co-stars who prepared every scene and skit with a great struggle. Within a second, she ordered them to change the whole idea and act. There was the least possibility that the actors would play the character with full confidence under such immense pressure and with less time to prepare, as when the crew ran through the scene, Vicki was the first to lose it. Tears flowed down her face when Carol tried to choke her laughter, pushing the password card under her nose, urging her by saying, "Go ahead, Mama."
Great big tombstone.
You go ahead. Or do I have to do this again?
During the interview, Vicki tried hard to remember what she'd said earlier. However, still, something inside her broke when she lost it again during the live recording. It must have been the confidence she had gained over the months from her audience's love. At last, she exposed Carol's words as the significance she put on discipline, making the actress badly realize how she had let her down. If, for once, the crew had stood against this harrowing act, the director would never have gained the nerve again to show this unjust behavior to them. However, time passed, and the regret of not standing up for themselves stayed with them like a still baby. While Vicki continued to fascinate the audience and expand her fandom, Lifetime Achievement Awards waited for her at the 41st Emmy Awards.
And I want to thank everybody connected with the Burnett Show for all of their support and guidance, and Harvey, especially my dialectician.
With this, she felt that it was again a big time to make a big revelation about why she quit Mama's role, which blessed her with fame and loving popularity. Nevertheless, a few saw the pain behind Vicki's performance, the fears and worries that made Mama's strength more extraordinary. As the curtains closed on Mama's Family in the mid-1980s, and the characters bid the audience with a heavy heart, a chapter of television history seemed to die away, leaving behind a legacy that would forever be imprinted in the hearts of audiences. But, like a phoenix that rises from its ashes, the show was aired again on the TV screens. Hence, in syndication, its legacy enlightened the hearts of those who lived the Harper Family show.
Well, Eunice, ain't you hitting the sauce a little early?
I may have had a couple of beers out on the front porch to cool off, Mama, but it didn't work.
The Invincible Empress, stood tall as evidence of Vicki Lawrence's expert portrayal, which had become an essential part of American pop culture. The roller coaster ride of Mama's Family, from a simple sketch to an adored series, was bittersweet and nostalgic. Vicki Lawrence's unique portrayal of Mama captured the hearts of millions. Still, behind all these beautiful scenes, a painful struggle also unfolded. As the show advanced, Lawrence felt that the creative direction of the sitcom began to slip away, due to which the show's quality started to suffer, and the audience began to lose interest in it. Despite Vicki's passion, she had to make a painful decision after its 5th season, which was to leave the show that gave her a true identity and a lovable fandom. She could not compromise on the low-quality scripts and the continuous alterations made by the network. Her departure was a terrible shock, as after that, the show's essence never felt the same. Moreover, the cancellation of Mama's Family from NBC marked the end of an era. Still, its legacy lived on in reruns as a tribute to the lasting power of Lawrence's performance. Initially, Vicki Lawrence may have regretted her decision to leave Mama's Family. However, this regret transformed into growth. Despite the show's low ratings and eventual cancellation, Lawrence's decision led her to enter the music industry, where she continued to thrive without any humiliation. Now, you all must be shocked to know that Vicki Lawrence as Mama was a fresh spark among the seasoned cast of Mama's Family. Yet, beneath her little age, a moving truth was concealed. Lawrence was the youngest of the main cast, a remarkable fact bearing in mind that she played the elderly Mama's role with such faith and devotion that without her, the series was a flop. Surrounded by senior actors, she was a shining star. Her talent and dedication illuminated the set. But, like a momentary gossip, many believed that her youth was lost in the shadows, the gray hair and wrinkles. In addition, if we explore history, following all the happenings, Burnett's presence at the contest as a secret observer in the shadows was proof of her mentorship and the enduring impact of kindness that later turned into wickedness when she constantly used to change the lines and skits at the 11th hour, causing trouble in heaven. On the other hand, every success demands sacrifice, and the same is the case with Vicki Lawrence's journey to stardom. As she shone on The Carol Burnett Show, she continued her education, attending UCLA as her father's dream. But sadly, her rising fame soon ripped her from the halls of knowledge, forcing her to halt the dream of a degree. The pain of leaving behind the academic world still lingered as a long-lasting regret. If Vicki Lawrence had spat out all her regrets at the right time, she would have caused misfortune in her just-started acting career. Hence, with patience, she continued to act and suffer side by side. And now, at the great age of 75, she freely played the victim card, which was justified. What do you think would have happened if Vicki remained impatient and had rejected doing the elephant skit or continued her studies? Let us know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.